Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another SLR Tier 1 stream, this time at Monaco. Joining me in the commentary booth today is Iceland. Hello, Iceland.
Good evening, Chief, and all the viewers. It's been a while since we did this, so and I think I would say it's about time as well. So, yeah.
And we're here for Monaco, a special, the jewel in the crown, they say, but a thorn in the side for some, because there's a lot of guys do not like this track for some reason. I don't know why. Iceland, are you one of those guys that hates this track or loves it?
I don't specifically really hate Monaco. I've never really been very good at it, but yeah, I can sort of get it. It's not sort of great for racing, but like it's one of those races that everybody wants to win at least once or do well at. So yeah, I think we might have had a few more drivers if we had something like Portimao there, but you know, we'll have that for next season, I guess. So today we have Monaco, and that's it.
Yeah, and let's get to the action as the qualifying session actually has been underway for about a minute or so. And we have drivers heading out on track there, but I think Janab is the first guy that was out there. He's currently on an out lap, but he will be beginning very soon as he heads through Sector 3, and as you can see, barriers as close as ever at Monaco, making this a very challenging track for the drivers. Let's see how Janab gets on in this hot lap.
Yeah, so there we go. The only DRS straight on the track towards Saint Devot, and Janab is through there quite nicely. You have to cut the curb on the the right hand side, and then once again we're already approaching Casino Square. Very tight corner, and also super laggy for me, so not ideal to do commentary on this lap, but let's see how this actually goes. So through Mirabeau we have already gone. Grand Hotel Hairpin used to be called Lowe's, slowest section on the calendar, and then through Portier toward the tunnel. Very tricky on traction there once again. You should not take this very tight inside line that Janab takes, because it'll actually bottom the car and cost you a little bit of time. Then already through the Nouvelle chicane, and quite slippy for Janab there, at least on my screen. I'm not sure if that's lag or whatever it is. Through Tabac already. Through to the swimming pool chicanes, first one and the second one, and then there's an Aston Martin in the way, unfortunately, for Janab, so I think this is not going to be a super competitive lap, and then final two corners through Rascas and through Anthony Dose onto the main straight, and it's going to be a 1 minute and 11.3. Yeah.
Yeah, not
very quick. Very laggy as well for me. Sorry about that.
I think the stream's lagging as well, so I'm just going to adjust that quickly. I think I know what the problem is. Let's see if it's screen. Oh dear.
Oh yeah, that looks a little strange, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Streamlabs. It was fine before the session, and I think it's not going to look right again here. We might have to adjust that a little bit. It should be okay though. Yeah, but let us know in chat if there's any issue with that. As you can see, on the track here, oh my god, Janab just did a 360.
Oh no. Yeah.
That's not going to be good. He is ghosted, so other drivers will be able to make their way through him, but not ideal if you're on a hot lap. And just demonstrates like it's tricky here. The traffic situation is magnified massively at this track, so kind of hard to get a clean run in.
Yeah, indeed. Keiko, by the way, 9-9 for a banker. That's something else. so very, very fast lap time from Keiko. New driver joining us on the grid, Marcel Sadie. He was a reserve last week, and I'll grab one of the Aston Martin seats for this week. He's in P2 at the moment with a 10.1, and Justin, an old SLR driver, in third and with a 10.2. And I think we're still lagging a little bit on the stream side, so
yeah, keep an eye on that.
Not sure if there's something you can do about that, Chief.
Yeah, it should improve there. I just closed some background applications, but yeah, 109 already on the board. We didn't see that in Tier 2, I believe. I think we just got to the... Actually, I think it was a wet qualifying. That's right. It was full wets. Futuristic in chat can confirm that, as he did pretty well. He got himself P6, I believe, in Monaco, just by staying out. We should talk about the strategy a little bit, because Futuristic demonstrated you can stay out. Track position is key at this track, and I think he went to hards in lap 2, and believe it or not, made it to the very end on hards.
Really? Okay, that's a bit of a surprise to me because from what I understood, the tire wear even on the hards is quite high. I guess it really depends a little bit on what kind of tire pressures you run. But Romain actually in the meanwhile sets a 9.7 for to be the top of the leaderboard at the moment.
Nice lap from him. Yeah, that is very fast. 9.7. I think some guys were saying mid nines in quali, and yeah, I'm looking at yeah, I just noticed actually Tino isn't here today, so
no, he's I know he had some personal business to take care of today, so he's unfortunately unable to race today.
And also Jari and Danny Co. So we do have a number of guys that are playing, you know, are kind of like contenders for the title in this series, are not racing today. So McKender, I think, is going to profit big time. Kiko as well, he's P2 in the standings, so we saw that in the pre-race studio graphics there. Kiko will probably, if he gets at least 2 points today, will assume the lead of the championship.
Yeah, and also another thing that I was thinking about is that I think there's a bunch of people who can claim their first win today. You know that we are missing like Danny, Jari, and Dino, for example. So it's a good opportunity for a lot of guys here.
Yeah, and one guy I want to give a shout out to is Boosted Mess. He's currently not very well. He has COVID. I hope he doesn't mind me sharing that information on stream, but I just wanted to point it out because he's in a good spot for points today. I mean, if he can keep it off the walls, he could actually bring his first points in Tier 1 home for the Aston Martin team.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a very good chance of that at Monaco because, yeah, as you said, the walls are closed. I think my personal record here is that I've only switched my front wing 3 times. That's about the best I've ever managed at Monaco. Yeah.
Yeah, I was riding
anyway.
aboard with Love on the 2S race, and he hit the barrier about 5 times, and I mean hit the barrier pretty hard, and each time he didn't get damaged. So I don't know if it's the Mercedes car is stronger than others, or I've actually heard a few people. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Janab is again around at the hairpins. I wonder what is up with that. Yes, he's definitely in trouble there, and I think that kind of messed up Kiko's lap, who was on a fast lap there, but had to abandon that one. Yeah, sorry, I
no, that's
interrupted you there, Chief.
Big feature this track is traffic. Trying to get a clean lap in is a mission in itself. But I'm on board with Crystals right now. He's not got a time on the board. He is on a hot lap, and he looks like he has clear air in front of him. So we'll see how he does as he goes through this lovely tunnel section of the track. I'm just thinking while we're in the tunnel, it's nice and dry. It could be wet in the race. We did see a lot of rain earlier in the week in the Tier 2 race and 2S race, so that could play a factor here, but it's all sunshine at the moment as X-Crystals heads through the swimming pool section, and full commitment from him. I'm just cutting the track there. Actually might have rubbed the tires on the wall a little bit there, but he gets it wrong through what corner is that called again?
Rough cap, yeah, and then onto the main straight. Let's see what it is for Crystals. It's a 10, well, 11-0 actually, so he's just ahead of Meepo at this point. Not anymore, because Meepo actually retakes that with a 10-5, just behind him.
Yep, that's quite a gap actually from P8 to P7, 5/10s, but Crystals are, I know he's a very fast driver, but yeah, he just doesn't seem to be able to hook it up in the qualifying.
Yeah, there's definitely like 6 or 7 tenths for him there, just with the mistakes in the final sector. So I think he can definitely improve quite a bit. Also Romain on a lap, but he's invalidated. Let's see, Justin's also abandoned this attempt, I think. A little bit of struggle for everybody at the moment.
Yeah, Romain.
Yeah, go for it.
I was going to say Romain about to start another hot lap here, but he actually slowed down there before the start-finish line. So he decided to complete that invalidated lap time and is not going for another hot lap, which is a bit strange.
So he's just sort of lapping. Tunari ahead of Meepo. That's a bit of a surprise to me at this stage, at least.
Yeah, Meepo won the Tier 2 race on on Thursday there. Impressive win from him. Marcel is in P3 currently. He's a new driver to the tier, and did pretty well last time. I believe he was. He didn't get pole, but I think he got P2 or P3 in qualifying, but had a bit of an issue in the race, so wasn't able to show his true potential. But looking pretty good here today as he's about to get a sector 2 time. We're going to have a look at that now as it pops up on screen. As he makes his way down to back corner. I always feel like I take that slower, always massively down on his time, so this is not going to improve. And I saw someone...
He's like had a blazingly fast TT time, this guy. He had a 9.0, I think, in TT. So that's fast, but not quite able to replicate that yet, at least, but I think he's going to go for it again now.
Yeah, Desi popped up to P6 there with a 10.4, so just beating Tenari. But yeah, Marcel looks like a very fast driver, but it's all about putting it together for just one lap, and Monaco will reward you more than others for, you know, really pushing the limits of the track, but it is something you have to be very tentative about, and just be aware that front wing damage will scupper your race, if not qualifying lap.
Yep, and sort of didn't really quite hook it up through Mirabeau and the hairpin, I think. Let's see what the sector 2 time says in just a few clicks. And out of the Nouvelle Chicane, and it is now he's marginally improving, not quite enough to get a position, but unless he can do something special here in the final sector.
Ooh, almost hit the wall there.
Yeah, and that looked pretty good to me through the final sector, and let's see what it is. It's a 9.9, but not quite enough to beat Keiko.
Just in that racer as well. I haven't really talked about him much, but P4 for him, 10.2, not bad. Putting myself on the second row of the grid as it stands, but we've got 5 minutes left in the session, so everybody will have a chance for another one.
Yeah, and I hope they haven't given my gearbox to Mackinder, because he's just stuck in the pit lane. Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do. Poppy also without a time. So 2 very experienced guys at the back of the grid at the moment.
Yeah, and this isn't really a track. You know, you see sometimes guys will be like, "Oh, I'm not doing quali, I'll just start from the back." But Monaco's not the track to do that. Really, you can't really. It's difficult to overtake, and you could be stuck behind a car for many laps before getting a sniff of an overtake. So not really ideal to be starting that far back.
Yeah, I think Meepo is in a lap here. He's done a decent first sector, maybe a tenth down from Keiko's purple sector 1. Let's see what Meepo can do into the second sector. And I know for a fact that Meepo does have a bit more pace than he's currently shown, and that's 4/10 up. So he's possibly looking for a top three slot here.
Hooks it in nicely for the penultimate corner and carrying the momentum into the final corner, down to start finish straight, close to the pit wall, and it's a 109.9, puts him in the front row of the grid, but not enough for pole.
That is really good from Meepo, so quite happy to see that. So Meepo up to P2 and actually beats Keiko with that lap by 1,000th of a second. Romain, however, is still sort of untouchable from anybody else.
Yeah, and Copy and McKenna are still in the pit, so...
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
Strange.
Yeah, Tipsy Bob also urging Mackinder forward to get out of the pits in chat.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see a last minute dash from them.
Yeah, Justin was, he's invalidated now, so I think he's actually gonna go for it again with these same tires. So Justin starting his lap. Or is he? He doesn't have his battery on, so I'm not... What is he doing? Driving around, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he will have time to get back to the pits, and, well, will he? Just about,
touch and go. I think it's actually gonna be pretty tight if he wants to make it back and then out again. But yeah, let's see. I think Adesi here is on a lap. He's marginally down in sector 1. And I think he's also abandoned this attempt because he was only in 5th gear there through the tunnel.
Yeah, Copy and McKenna are on out lap, so we will see a lap from those guys at the back.
Crystal's about to cross the line, but though he's also invalidated, so never mind. I think he's gonna start a new lap, however.
Yeah, lots of drivers struggling with track limits, and we do see that a lot of time penalties coming in for this track, even though you know most corners you can't cut because of these barriers, but there are a few chicanes where you can, especially the Nouvelle chicane coming out of the tunnel. Quite easy to cut the track there.
Yep, Janab actually going through there, kind of gets it all wrong on the exit. That's sideways and a half, and yeah, he's abandoned that one.
Yep, Copy is on his way up the hill. He has started his one and only hot lap, and he's going to have to make this one count as he clatters the wall there. Left a bit of a mark on that barrier, but that's what you want to do. If you want to go fast here, you kind of have to hit the wall at some point. Nice and tidy for the hairpin. Bit of a shallow line for the last corner, but carrying a lot of momentum here, and full throttle all the way through the tunnel here. Slight turn to the right there, not a really good overtaking opportunity here, but we do see it sometimes under braking. Some guys will be a bit more aggressive to try to get the move done. It is risky to back corner. Oh, and he looked very unsure of his apex there as he...
Marshall Sadie about to light up the board here. Let's see what it is. This is gonna be oh my god, 9.5. So that is fast.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Chief, but that's a lap and a half.
Yeah, Copy's going to see that coming up, and this is probably going to put him off the final corners here. It's a 10.6 from Copy, so decent lap from him, but only P10.
And McKender also across the line. This is basically a one-shot quali for him, and it's a 9.9 for McKender. He's in P6, sorry, at the moment.
Yeah, not bad for just one lap. Everyone else had a few goes at it, but McKenna just comes out and puts a 9.9 on the board from the get-go, and I think most people have done laps. Wow, looks like he's on a lap at the minute.
Meepo also, I think Meepo is the last to start a lap here. He's not improving in Sector 1, however.
Yeah.
Then, as you said,
wow,
but...
Oh my word.
That's
not
his qualifying done.
That's not gonna help. Yeah. So
I think there was also another front wing there.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think somebody else had crashed there.
Yeah. I mean, it's so easy to do. You come out of that corner, you want to get on the throttle as early as possible, but you do have a bit of steering input on, so just trying to get that right balance between steering input and throttle input. Obviously, you want to get as much out of the car and acceleration as possible for that run down to the flag, but not working out. And who did jump up? Oh, Rookie jumped up there.
Yep, Rookie up to P4 and Meepo, the final guy across the line, I think it is, and it's a 10-0 from Meepo, so not quite an improvement for him.
Yep, but fastest of the finish, I believe, unless there's any other finish guys I'm not aware of.
Yeah, I think so. Yep, so good job from Meepo. It's kind of struggled, I don't think, a little bit in Tier 1 qualies this far, but definitely a step up here today at Monaco.
So now that we have a lull in the action, I'm going to have a look at chat. Leslie Stomp is here to celebrate and support Kiku, and he's also saying he wants to see me scrape that wall on Sunday in the Nana tier. Don't worry, that will definitely happen at some point. Tipsy Bob as well. Damien says 9.5 sheesh.
Yeah, that's really fast.
Yo, and he's pointing out that Justin actually got up to P3 from that P4 spot. So good.
Yeah, I was about to say that, but then I forgot about it. So old people things.
Oh, look at this. The French are locking out from P2 to P5, and then it's all Finns from P6 to P10 apart from Wow. And his fellow German compatriot is in P1, so good spread out here as Copy there is a Czech and Fox representing the guys at the back there, so we'll keep an eye on those guys as well. Got Crystals pretty fast there, P13. Janab finished P3 last time around, so he's not on the best of spots for this one, but 39 laps at Monaco, anything can happen and quite often does. It's a very challenging track, and like we mentioned before, track position is key. You do not want to get damage in this race. Although even with damage, it's very hard to get past someone, even if they have damage.
Yeah, definitely. And it is raining, Chief. I think it looks like an inter weather for me. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I know. Dead Pixel had registered for this race, and he saw the tier 2 race. He thought it was wet, and he was like, "Oh, I really wanted to race it. You know, if I had known it was wet." He registered for this race. It's a wet race, and he's not here.
And I don't know. Does anybody in chat know? Give us any other info about the weather? Is it gonna dry up, or are we gonna have a full wet race? But anyway, I think we're gonna get going straight away. There is no formation lap because of the tire temperature bug still, so I guess I'll try to take this away. So it is 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights up, and away we go. And looks a pretty good start from Marcel Zadie. He's, I think, about to is definitely fighting Romain into turn 1, and Romain actually does get the run on the outside there, so he's taken the lead into turn 1. Also, Justin that racer challenging hard but unable to make the move at this stage. Makender, however, does overtake Meepo at the start, and he's up to P6. They're still fighting hard though at the background, and yeah, Makender just about hanging on to that P6. Ooh. And Justin sending it, but yeah, there's no space there.
Tenari as well, getting overtaken somewhere there. Oh, and looks like Janab sent it down the inside on the hairpin. So guys, you see that concertina effect really magnified there as everybody's almost at a halt at the apex of that corner. Janab making the most of that, so a bit cheeky from him on his teammate at 2. Desi down to P11 then.
Yep. And you know, it was a bit of a scrappy start from Meepo, for example, but yeah, Makender up to P6, and gonna try to go after those French boys now. And yeah, Romain and Marcel Zadie actually had a great start at the front because they've already dropped Justin almost out of DRS range. We actually don't have DRS, of course, because it's wet for now at least. But yep, there we go. First lap done. And Tunari into the pits. I wonder does he have some sort of damage maybe?
Yeah, it has to be damaged, doesn't it, at this point in the race? Yep, we see it from wing there, ready to be put on. So that is not great, obviously. But hopefully he can come back into the race at some point.
I think safety car is still sort of bugged on this track, so we're probably not gonna get one. And yeah, Tunari kind of waits for others to make mistakes, and I think Adesi actually re-overtakes his teammate now. So there's a massive gap between those guys to Wow. 4 seconds.
Yeah, that might indicate there's some damage there somewhere, but for Desi to get that move done, it must have been at the top of the hill. And he must have caught Janab unaware, says Janab struggling on traction coming out of the last corner and into the tunnel. May come under pressure, but I think Copy's too far back at this point of the race.
I think Janab must have damage. Oh, and they both of them actually cut the chicane there, like both of the Haas drivers, and he's gonna get a really bad drive out of the Nouvelle chicane, and Copy is right there on the inside there, side by side, and I think, yeah, Janab is gonna lose this out here. He hits the wall at the back, actually.
And it's Copy gets clips the wall, and Copy, no way, went straight into the barrier there. He just clipped the rear, the rear tire on the wall on turning there.
Oh no, so he's just sort of dropped in on his own. I didn't see what happened there. But yeah, very unfortunate for Copy.
Yeah, and Kiku is P8.
Yeah, okay, so we've completely missed something here.
Yeah,
he must have hit the wall, I think. he seems to be losing time. I'm trying to see what's the thing. He's also got a penalty from something. So
Something's happened to turn 1, I think. Yeah, I think something happened to turn 1.
And Adese is massively catching up to these guys ahead of him. So yeah, I think Kiko. Wonder if he has some sort of damage. Also, Meepo is back ahead of McKender also. So I have no idea what happened there. Completely missed it.
39 laps of no overtakes. That's what we said at the start. But there's been plenty in these opening laps. Most of them we have not caught on stream, unfortunately. But that's how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, it's like something else happens, and then once you look at that, there's some sort of an incident somewhere up ahead. So it's definitely been one of those races again. But yeah, anyway, Meepo up to P5, McKender P6, and then Kiko definitely falling down the order. And I wonder if he has some sort of damage. Nothing visible on the car. And I think...
at the back we've got a battle here. It's Tenari and Copy, but it looks like maybe Copy's got damage. Going very slowly through the back corner there, so Tenari able to get past. Probably Copy is going to drop into the pits then if he does have damage. I don't see any... Oh yeah, he's in the pits, yeah. May see a retirement here.
Now let's see what Copy decides to do. Retiring straight away at least, but I think they're gonna set a new front wing on that Alpha Tauri, yep, so... Yep, another pit stop for Copy then.
Yeah, and he did say before the race he hadn't really had any chance to practice this one, and practice really does help build your confidence in this track, especially in wet conditions. No practice, and it's going to be...
Yeah, like personally, I think this is definitely one of the harder tracks in this game once again. To just sort of jump in and try without practice. Oh my word, McKender almost dropped it out of Tabak there, but somehow kept it on track. Yeah.
Yeah, the car can be very twitchy in these conditions, can't it?
Yep.
And just a little bit too much throttle, and the car will just yoink into the wall. But yeah, so we've got two DRS trains really formed here. Remains really stretching his lead up front, 2.2, but from P2 to P4, we've got a DRS train. These guys are running pretty close. And I think that's allowing Meepo to maybe rein these guys in, although the gap's not coming down as fast as I imagine it would. But yeah, plenty of laps here to do. And Meepo's got a bit of a DRS train behind him, although WoW's kind of fallen out of that a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder if WoW also has some sort of... Look, he's also been in one incident. But yeah, I don't know, Kiko is actually able to follow now, so maybe Kiko doesn't have damage. I still don't know what happened to him like a couple of laps ago, but yeah, he's managing to continue for now. Yeah, what I was about to say is that this track is like snappy even in the dry conditions, so I can only imagine how it is in the wet. McKender putting Meepo under pressure. These guys have now caught up a little bit up ahead, so they're got about a half a second to rookie this lap.
Marcel puts in the fastest lap. He's also decreased that gap to P1, so yeah, I mean, maybe these guys are trying to take care of the tires. I don't think one set enters would do all 49 laps, but who knows? Probably.
Yeah, I think somebody did that like years ago in 2S. I think it was Nico Lace or whoever it was, like back in the day. He did like a 0 stop. It was that very same race that you did as well. You remember like the full Monaco back in the day?
Yeah.
F1 2019 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I think somebody did like no stop in that race, but of course this is a vastly different game with different tire compounds and everything, so yeah, I honestly don't know what kind of tire wear you have on those tires.
One thing
I'm kind of think, is it still raining or has it stopped raining now?
Yeah, I don't see any rain coming down.
Yeah.
We're seeing some weather, rain being flicked up from the back end of each car, but I'm seeing a bit of sunshine trying to get through the clouds, so we may be on our way to dry weather at some point, which really will bring this race alive, I think, at this point.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see who actually picks up the right time to pit here, because in the 2S race we had a wet start and then it dried up, and you could actually gain like several seconds on other people if you did like the right amount of tires, or you know, with an overcut or an undercut. I think the overcut was the way to go in those conditions, but let's see what it is today.
Yeah, I definitely think it is drying out, and we're only in lap 7, so imagine it'll not be too long before it does get dry enough for those dry tires. But you never know with this game. It can throw up quite a lot of surprises. We've had a few races where you think it's getting dry enough, and it just doesn't.
Definitely looks like this one is drying up though, but and you can also see like the front, like pretty much the front 8 actually kind of bunched up again. So there's only 8 seconds to P8 from the leader.
Ooh, and Janab and Fox are going side by side through the hairpin. Who would have thought it? Oh, and Janab almost got squeezed into the barrier, but for some reason Fox ghosted. And Tenari up ahead having an issue as well. Tenari's ghosted. I don't know what's going on out there at the minute, but yeah, Janab getting that move. He up to P11.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely drying up quite fast. Let's see the guys across the line, and everybody's basically setting their personal bests or the fastest lap of the race as well. So, yeah, I think Meepo is sort of struggling at the moment, and he's got a really bad run out of the first corner here. McKendry is side by side with him up the hill, and I think McKendry is going to make this move. So Meepo, I wonder if he's cluttered the wall somewhere or something, because he's really struggling with his car now, and it's understeering very much.
Also caught an incident there with Janab on stream. He lost all of his front wing, and it for some reason stays out with it.
Yeah, I just saw it on stream because it's so far behind for me on the other screen, but yeah, I've just seen it there.
Yeah, now he's going up the hill with no front wing. I don't know why he's thinking, oh, this could indicate something. This could tell us that maybe it is going to get dry in the next lap or two. If Janab is trying to stay out till the dry tires, otherwise he'd have to pit 2 times in quick succession.
I think Meepo must have damage. He's really struggling at the moment because of Wow is all over him, and it's just really difficult to get a move done here. And let's see, nobody still entering the pit lane.
Oh, Meepo gets a free second time penalty. Had to cut the swimming chicane there.
Yeah, Meepo must have damage. He's understeering so hard at the moment.
Yeah, and those lap times, those fastest lap times coming down even more. 19s we're into now. I think what's race pace, like 15, 16s?
No, I think it's faster than that, more like I would say 13s for these guys probably, if it's like full dry conditions. But yeah, let's see. And Meepo, yeah, he's really struggling hard at the moment. So Wow, getting a little bit frustrated, I think, behind him, trying to make that move. Let's see if he tries to send it down the inside into the hairpin. Nope, he's gonna have to wait for another opportunity.
Yeah, and ideally once copy 10-second time penalty. That is not good. That must have been a cut at the Nouvelle Chicane, I imagine, or maybe turn 1. He just cut the entire corner. But yeah, Wow wants to get this move done before the pit stops, before they pit for the dry tires, because, well, actually no, he will jump Meepo in the pits if Meepo does get a front wing change. Yep. So I guess there is that. So maybe he does want to be patient at this time, as Copy is picking up all the penalties right now.
I think we're gonna see our first retirement. Yeah, so Copy tries to give it up, and Wow picks up a 3-second penalty behind Meepo.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Janab and Tenari. Janab held up Tenari massively there, as Janab has still got no front wing, believe it or not. And Tenari gets by, but it took a while for Tenari to do that, so Tenari losing a lot of time there at the back. And yeah, Copy retiring in the pits, as we imagined there. Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, like, it looked like it's gonna dry up a while ago, but currently it sort of, I don't know, everybody is still continuing on those inters.
Yeah, Wow is right on the back of Meepo, but also joining him is Kiko, so Wow under pressure, which means that it might force his hand. He might have to descend it here at some point, or else Kiko will be thinking the same and trying to get a move done on Wow. So Wow can't afford to stay behind Meepo for too long here. Wow has a lot of ERS, so he's choosing to engage that now, but Meepo just placing the car as wide as possible. Oh, and he tags the back of Meepo. Meepo saves that somehow, some way, and lives to find another day. But ooh, Meepo going wide there into back.
They've lost almost 8 seconds to Mackinder, so yeah, there definitely has to be damage on that Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, so he's doing a good job actually, you know, to keep these guys behind. But yeah, they're going to get him in the pits, aren't they, whenever they do switch to drive?
We're on the main straight, so I think Woe is once again close to Meepo, but I mean, I honestly, I think the only spot he's gonna have to try to send it through the into the hotel hairpin.
Oh,
Or is he gonna try here?
Oh no! Oh my word! How did Meepo save that? And Kiko is the one that pays the price.
Yeah, he's sort of caught up in that checkup, and oh my god, he's stuck in the wall. He's gonna try to turn the car around there, and I think he must have damage from that hit. That is very unfortunate.
Yeah, I just got tangled up in that. It looked like Meepo was the one that was going to go into the wall, but somehow he saved it again. So he's got 9 lives today. The man's a cat.
They lost 11 seconds to Mackinder now, so they're losing like a ridiculous amount of time every lap up front. And I think, like, I don't know, Wow just has to send it to the hairpin. Like, I don't know, I think that's like the only chance he has, maybe even like sort of barge his way past even. I, of course, can't recommend that to anybody, but like that's the only way, I think.
Yeah,
we're still going on with those inters, so nobody is still into the pits.
Oh, and
except
Meepo,
now these guys.
Yep, Meepo's in pits, and Wow pushing him into the pits, and Wow actually got pushed in by, who was it, Kiko behind? Someone else?
I think it was it Adesi?
It might have been, yeah.
I'm not sure.
But Adesi does not pit, so Adesi going on for one more lap. Meepo putting on hards, Kiko putting on, I think everybody's just going to put on hards from this point and try to get to the end of the races. Wow comes out ahead of Kiko, just about, and Meepo, how did Meepo stay in the leader?
Yeah, I think they all changed front wings, like also Wow, so
there we go.
So that's what it looked like. I wonder if Wow actually picked up damage from that pit entry where he like rear-ended Meepo.
And Meepo coming out behind Tonari, who's yet to pit. And Tonari is trying to get a move on Fox here. Fox taking a really wide line.
When Wow actually got inters on again.
Okay.
And he's just gone past Meepo now, so Meepo is really struggling on those hard tires. It doesn't look to be very fast right now, at least.
Yeah, I wonder if that is a mistake from him, or is that a
Has
gamble?
to be. Has to be. I don't think that would make any sense. Mackinder still sets the fastest lap of the race on those inters, and I wonder if Mackinder could make some sort of a miracle undercut here. Or overcut, rather.
Yeah, let's ride on board with Mackinder and see. He's got 24% ERS here, so, and he's got a car ahead of him, so they are starting to pick up on lap cars. I think that was Boots Mess.
Yeah, and look at this gap from Mackinder to Romain. Let's keep an eye on that, because all of the leaders decided to pit that lap, and they're now behind Mackinder 15 seconds, and the gap is still going up. Mackinder could potentially overcut all of these guys if the track doesn't dry up as fast as we think it does. But yeah, 16 seconds now, so they've already lost almost 2 seconds this lap to Mackinder.
Yeah, and I think the pit the pit time is around about 18-19 seconds, isn't it? So he's not far off that, and it looks like he might come out in P3 as it stands.
And I wonder if he's still gonna go for another lap, or is he gonna pit now? Let's see what he does. I think he's gonna pit now, and I think there's a good chance he's gonna come out in P3 at least. There it is, no front wing change for Mackinder, and Mackinder is already on his way. Let's see the last guys. Previous leaders, Romain, Sadie, are in the final corner, and Mackinder coming out of the pit lane now, so I think Romain is gonna get him, but Mackinder is gonna come out P2.
Yeah, and it's gonna be tight, but he will come out just ahead because of that pit entry, the way it runs on the... Oh, and Mackinder hitting the wall there, trying to get up to speed. Cool tires, obviously, on the tire. He's gonna have to get these hard up to temperature, and this is gonna be an opportunity for Marcel to get him moved on, but as we know, Monaco, even in these conditions, going to be a tricky one to get a move past McKenna. But if it's going to be done, I mean, this is a lap where McKenna's at his most vulnerable. As you see McKenna going wide for the hairpin there.
Yeah, but seemingly able to hang on to those tires somewhat at least. And this was exactly the same thing we saw in that 2S race where like the guys who decided to do an overcut, they gained like 3, 4, 5 seconds on the other guys, and McKenna's basically overcut 3 guys. And massive fighting into the chicane there, Justin trying to make a move on Zadie, but unable to do so.
Yeah, these guys run very closely together, but remain as a 3.5 second gap up front. And yeah, Jan, Haltu and Chad is saying, wow, hit Meepo 4 times.
Yeah, Meepo was really struggling hard there as well, and going so slow that it was probably quite difficult to drive behind there. But yeah, we speak after, I guess.
Oh, and
DRS enabled.
Okay, so that's it. The track is dry, and WoW did pit there in the background.
Yep.
Went on to hard, so he's actually P10, so he's still in the points. And we are seeing a bunch of penalties throughout the field, so almost over half the guys have penalties at this time. We'll have a quick look at those. Yeah, all 3-second time penalties on the board at the moment.
Yeah, Kiko sets the fastest lap of the race, 16.8, and I'm expecting that to drop by about 2 or 3 seconds still. Once the track gets up to temperature. And yeah, and McKenna, I think McKenna has been able to pick up his tires and gonna try to go after Romain, but I think Romain is in a very good position at the moment, 4 seconds in the lead, and we know how difficult it is to pass at Monaco if you're sort of similar pace.
Yeah, and Justin Arisa on board with him right now. He's trying to eke everything out of his car. He touched the wall there a little bit for the corner, and is right on the back of Marcel. And I think that we had this in the last race. Justin was just in a DRS train in France behind 2 or 3 other drivers, running this closely the whole race, and I think he came home P4 in that one. So currently in P4, we'll be looking to try to get a spot or 2 before the end of this race, but I'm sure he's happy with his current situation.
Yeah, Rookie also looking good in P5. He's catching these guys, so he's got a penalty though, so that's something. Kiko 15.7 now, so the track is improving fast.
Yeah, and this is.
But yeah, Rookie jumped into my Red Bull seat and doing really well. P5 at the moment.
Yeah, and Kiko, yeah, he's out of position here a little bit. We did see him qualifying. I think it was P2 at the start of the race. Had that incident, dropped down the order, but currently P8 and setting fastest laps here. He's right on the back of Meepo, so we are going to see a bit of a battle between these two, as Kiko looks like he just has the edge over Meepo right now.
Yeah, just to reply to Jan in chat that McKenna did not change his front wing. So, yeah. Part of the reason why his overcut actually worked. Down to 14.5 now, so yeah, it's going toward those 13s that I'm expecting.
Yeah, Rookie fastest lap currently, so great debut performance for him.
Yeah, and he's joined the back of this train as well. So yeah, McKenna is not gonna have this for free at least. Justin is really pushing Marcel though, it's like once again all over the back of him, but yeah, it's just really difficult to pass. Ari and Wow also exchanging fastest laps at the back of the field, but both are still in the points actually. Tunari in P9, I think that's not bad for him either, considering where he was at the start of the race.
Yeah, and we're not even at the halfway point, but the race is starting to settle down a little bit. And imagine these hards, and all these guys in hards, they're going to get to the end of the race. I mean, the only reason they would need to pit is if they get front wing damage. And there's a few 13s on the board. Rookie again, fastest lap, but this time in the 13s, 13.7. So we are getting right up to race pace here. Track is completely dry at this point, so all the drivers will be able to push for all they're worth.
Yeah, McKendry picked up a half a second on Romain that lap, so yeah, let's see if this train can do some sort of catch up to the front. 3.1 the gap now, so they've caught up another couple of tenths this lap again. So yeah, McKendry seems to be up to pace.
And Kiko still on the back of Meebo, has closed up a little bit more, but yeah, I think really you're relying on the guy ahead making a mistake somewhere or getting a bad exit.
Yeah, or then you have to do some sort of a crazy send into the hairpin. Kiko is actually deploying here hard, so he's gonna try to make a move here on Meebo. He's on the outside into Nouvelle Chicane, and let's see which of them can make this work. And I think Meebo will be able to defend for that.
Yeah, and
that time at least.
It looked like Kiko cut the track there, so he might have got a warning for that.
Was a good attempt though, but unfortunately, I think around the outside there it's too tricky.
Yeah, you're kind of relying on the other guy just giving you the move, and I mean we're in tier 1. No one's going to give you the move in this tier.
No, definitely not. Definitely not Meebo.
Definitely not Meebo, yeah.
Sort of a train of 3-second penalties there from P5 to P11. Yep. Currently, if Keiko wants to get that position, he's gonna have to try to find a way to send it on Meebo.
Yeah.
Once again, like McKendry has eked a little bit on onto Romain under 3 seconds now, and somebody in the pit lane. I think that's Janab in P13. I wonder if this he's still continuing for now at least. Rookie once again the fastest lap of the race, 13.3 now.
Yeah, Janab getting a front wing replacement in the pits, so it's actually going to get overtaken by Boosted Mess. So Janab onto the mediums. So the battle for the wooden spoon is on. Boosted Mess at the P13. So not doing too badly at the back of the grid there, but yeah, did those guys get a chance to unlap themselves? I think they did, didn't they?
Oh, wait, are they?
Yeah, I think they were lapped, but they're now not.
I think. How does that make sense? Are they not lapped?
Maybe they stayed out for a lap. Oh wait,
I'm very confused.
Yeah. For some reason, I keep thinking there was a safety car, but there's no safety cars at Monaco, so I don't know what happened.
No.
There. That's indeed a strange one.
I don't know. Old people mistake a confusing moment here in the commentary booth. Never mind, I guess.
Dementia Racing League is real.
Oh, and Keiko once again on Meebo, but Meebo defends on the inside, and Keiko nowhere to go.
Yeah, I guess you gotta try it, don't you? You gotta like test the water, and even in places where you normally wouldn't see an overtake, maybe just do a bit of testing, test the waters, maybe catch them unaware. But yeah, you just have to have full commitment and nail the apex and your exits. Easier said than done.
They're once again caught up to Romain at the front of the hill, so 2.3 seconds now, and yeah, this could be a 4-way or a 5-way battle soon, because Rookie has that penalty, of course, in P5.
Yeah,
trying everything on Meebo, but just too tricky. Let's see what kind of an exit does he get into the tunnel this time around. And I think he's too far back this time around to do anything about Meebo.
Yeah, not even engaging ERS at this point in the race.
A bit of a lull in the action, I think, right now. So McKendry also managed to drop Marcel Zadie over a second away from himself. So Yeah, Makender working hard to try and catch Romain 2.2 now. So they're kind of eking toward him a couple of tenths a lap. But of course it's a completely other thing to be able to overtake him in the end. But yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I'm just riding on board with Romain. Usually you don't see the leader much on stream whenever he's out ahead, so with the lull in action, let's have a look at Romain as he heads down to Nouvelle Chicane, and wow, just the amount of speed he carries into that corner. A bit of a twitch on the exit, so that's going to lose him further time behind, so that gap is almost under 2 seconds. It is under 2 seconds now to Makender. So Makender is just on it at the minute. In this phase of the race, he is faster than Romain, so let's see what he can do with that. As that time continues to tumble down, we're seeing yellow flags. Looks like someone's retired in the pits.
No, I think it's Fox. Yeah, it is in the pits. Yes, that's Fox. So I was just confused because also there's also a Ferrari in the pits. Makender sets the fastest lap of the race, and the gap is down to 1.6. Makender is right on it at the moment.
Yeah, it looks that I'm on board with him, and he's just full commitment, isn't he? He's not mixing his words up here, as he is just reining in Romain, and you can see him just visually getting closer for every corner. So just Makender just has that little bit extra at this time in the race. Almost 1.5, 1.4 is the gap.
And within a couple of laps could be striking distance, except now he does a little bit of a mistake right there, as I say that.
Yeah, and it's tough in that. This is a real psychological battle going on. It's, Romain's going to know that Makender's behind him, and that gap's decreasing. Every time.
Pico and Meepo once again. He's gonna try to send it on the outside and brakes really late, but I think there's just not enough space for both cars there, and that's the Nouvelle Chicane for you, I guess. I hope he didn't get any damage from that tap.
Yeah, try to get him under brake in there, but yeah, that really, I mean, I think if you want to get that move done, you're probably best going down the inside for the first apex. Yep. Although you're then at risk then of just clipping one of the tires of the barrier and doing a 360. So Kiko in a tough spot right now.
Yeah, and he seems to be definitely faster than Meepo at this stage at least. So yeah, gonna have to try and save some of that battery to attack again. Gap at the front down to 1.2 now.
Looks like Makender
and 1. Oh no.
Back up 2 seconds, so Makender's had an issue.
Did he hit the wall or something? Oh no, so did he? Oh my word, I think he's picked up some damage, yeah.
Oh my word, just pushed it a bit too hard, so Makender into the pits, new front wing, and it looks like medium tires are on.
Oh, and I think he's gonna lose this position to Adesi as well, or it's gonna be really close anyway. Adesi in the final sector now. And in the final corner, and yeah, I think he's gonna be ahead of Makender. So costly mistake for Makender, unfortunately. It was looking so good for him, though. Oh, and there is another. Who is that? Is that Janap? I think has had another issue at the. Oh, and he doesn't have a front wing at all, so he's had a problem in the final corner, I think.
Yep, race of attrition, this one. We always say it, it's like, and especially towards the second half of the race, you do see these lapses in concentration, and all it takes is the one false move, and as you saw there, cost Makender dearly. He's down to P6. He is on these medium tires, so he will be able to make up time on Adesi and maybe get a few moves done before the end, but Adesi, the gap from P5 to P4 is 18 seconds, so he is way back. That has cost him big time, that mistake.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen unless somebody else makes a mistake up front as well, but yeah. Go close to Meepo there this time, but not close enough. And that's kinda taken the pressure off Romain as well. He's again over 2 seconds clear of the next guys, and And let's see if these other guys can resume the hunt, let's say, without McKender pulling them along.
Yeah, and I do wonder how much pace Justin, that racer, has in that car that he's not able to demonstrate, because he is kind of stuck behind Marcel right now. But Marcel looks fast enough to just hold position as it stands, so Justin, that racer, really hoping Marcel gets a move on here, but the gap is increasing here. 2.6, it quickly 1-2, and it's down at 2.5 again, so we'll keep an eye on that gap. Oh, is X-Crystals picking up another, it's a 5-second speeding penalty for him, so that's a big one. Wow, in the pits as well, so actually we're seeing Janab coming out of the pits on softs, Wow on mediums.
I wonder if Janab is out of tires, because he's done so many pit stops in this race, but yeah. Crystals, I think this is a retirement video, yes.
And I tell you what, that brings Boosted up to P11, so he's one position away from a points paying position.
Yeah, and there's another car. Is that Janab again, or is he just letting people by, or what's the deal there? Maybe he was just letting those guys by. It was sort of stopped there, beside the track, but yeah. He's back up to speed.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys out there are feeling very lonely right now. Tenari's one of them. He's 10-second gap to the guy ahead, 20-second gap to the guy behind, and he's in P9, so tough race for him, but still can bring some points home today, as Kiko and Meebo remains the closest battle on track at the moment, and Kiko has saved up a lot of ERS here. He is quite close to Meebo. Is he going to try another move into this Nobel chicane?
Too far back. Oh, Meebo makes a bit of a mistake, but I think this is still too far back.
Kiko is using a lot of ERS here, however, but yeah, he is too far back, and Meebo closes that door again.
Yeah, Meebo defending it well. And yeah, this year's cars are actually quite big and wide, so it's sort of easy to defend. And I think McKender has just overtaken a Desi on the main straight. That looked like a Desi didn't really give in too much trouble with that. So McKender up to P5, but then it's a 19-second gap to the next car, and I think that's too much even for him.
Yeah, that's 11-12 laps of track time left for him. We'll keep an eye on it. The gap is coming on pretty quickly, but yeah, it might just be a bit too much for McKender. Although it is worth noting that Rookie has a 3-second time penalty, so if McKender can get within that 3-second range, that's really his target right now. Could pick up that P4 spot.
Yeah, let's see. It's basically a second lap, right, and a little bit more than that. But let's see. He's on the better tires, of course. Wow, in the pits again, and he's retiring. So that's boosted into the points.
Yes, let's go. Boosted, man.
Yeah, somebody better be cheering him on at the moment. Tell him, yeah, you're in the points, boy.
Yeah, he's probably sweating his ass off, not just because of the race, but because of his illness.
Yeah. He has corona as well, so that's, I don't know, 39 laps at Monaco with a wet start and corona, can't really...
He messaged me before the race, he said, I don't care what happens, I don't want to do an interview. So we'll not be speaking.
Well, if he's gonna get points, I think you were gonna have to make him.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to make some sort of interview.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll try our best, but yeah, boosted up to P10 once he passes the start-finish route.
He can just grunt or something in the back, right? You know, whatever. It just doesn't matter. But he's gonna have to make some sort of an interview if he gets points.
Yeah.
And yeah, Kiko trying to close up to Meepo once again, and we're coming to the tunnel straight. Kiko doesn't really get the run out of the Portier corner to be close enough this time around. And Janab into the pits again. Just switching the tires this time around, no front wing change, so he... And actually putting on those old mediums, so yeah, I think he's sort of... Oh! Cluttering the wall on the exit there, oh my god.
Oh.
I wonder if that's damage again.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a tricky race for Janab. I think he also was like moving or something this week and
Yeah.
didn't really have time to set up his rig and everything. They just decided to race and try and steal some points if everybody crashes in Monaco, and he's almost there. P11.
Yeah, definitely. Monaco's one you want to do get some warm-up laps in for it, just to get acquainted with the track. It is very challenging.
I was just horrendous for me anyway when I tried. I've sort of really struggled in this game overall, but this track is just, I don't know, like the braking and traction zones are just really, really tricky.
Marcel has
and
he's decreased the gap here, 1.6, so he's got it under 2 seconds. So he's starting to push a little bit here, low on ERS. Romain has been saving his ERS, so he's probably expecting this late phase attack from the guys behind. So he's stirring up that ERS, is getting himself ready for that attack. And yeah, that's probably a smart strategy, because I mean, it's one thing catching the guy ahead, but passing him here, that's another thing altogether.
Yeah, and I'm also strategically thinking here that I don't know if Tunari, for example, is aware, but maybe he could pit for softs and steal the fastest lap at the end. Let's see. But he's got a 58-second gap behind him.
But Marcel is definitely pushing. He's actually got Justin out of that DRS 1 second range. And Marcel almost within DRS of Romain right now, so he is. He's got a sniff at it. Once you see the guy ahead, it does actually make you a bit more on it. I think it just gives you that, you know, that bit of hope, that glimmer of hope, and that sometimes can be very motivating.
Also following up, let's see, Makender versus Rookie this lap. He's Makender once again caught up like 2 seconds this lap. 12.7 for Makender, and it was a 14.5 I think for Rookie. So yeah, Makender still has a chance at that P4 at least with that Rookie's penalty.
Ooh,
Keiko another penalty. Ay.
Oh dear. So
and I think that's crucial, and I think he's gonna struggle to get Meepo now. 6 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing he can do right now is the thing that he's been trying to do for the last countless amount of laps, is try to get that move on Meepo, because he's going to have to build up a 3-second lead over Meepo to keep the position. And right now, Meepo might actually be backing Keiko into Tunari, and Tunari just needs to give up in 3 seconds to get that spot off Keiko. So this is not a good spot for Keiko to be in right now.
Yeah, and Tunari has been sort of catching a little bit. I think he was like over 10 seconds away a few laps ago, so he's to be catching a bit. I don't know if these guys are playing some sort of games on the and Kiko once again deploying, but I think too far back. It could be that, as you said, Finnish boys are gonna play some games here.
Yeah, we'll keep it on that gap. 7.6 from Tunari to Kiko, so... Oh, as I said, it just dropped. Oh, and Kiko is out of the race! He clattered against the wall in the swimming pool section and is lying strewn across the track with wheel detached front wing off. And who was that? Tunari just had to avoid an action there. And this puts Boosted Mess up to P9.
So what happened to him? I completely missed that.
He just clattered against the wall, yeah. It was a big impact. And I'm not surprised it's a DNF from him. So getting a bit too frustrated under, and it's worth saying he's on the pad and it's no assist. So it could be that old thing I keep bringing up, the finger fatigue. Because I imagine doing manual gears and all the other stuff you've got to do with the pad.
Yep.
It's going to take its toll on you.
And that puts Boosted Mess and up to P9 and Janab into the points again.
Yeah, so fair play to Janab for sticking with it. I thought he was going to retire in the pits there, but he will get some points today if he, all he has to do is pass Kiko's carcass, for want of a better word.
And he's got one lap to do so, and he's actually catching up to Boosted Mess really rapidly here, so Boosted is also going to be under pressure here at the And then Janab has a bit of a moment at the exit of turn 1 there.
Yeah, he's pushing hard on these mediums, so he's got to be careful he doesn't clatter the wall. But I mean, he still has to finish Kiku's finishing position there, where Kiku ended up, before he can take that P10. I wanted to point out as well something which I've just forgot again. What was it? It was... No, I forgot.
I wonder if Rookie has some sort of damage, because he's losing a lot of time now. 4 seconds to the guy in front, and McKender is already just 4 seconds away from being in that 3-second window. I must have damage, he's struggling so hard right now.
Yeah, boosted up to P9, and so no safety car at Monaco. That definitely should have been a safety car though, because the car was lying across the track, and Tenari almost got taken out there.
Yeah, lucky for him it was a ghosted car, even though it didn't look like it, but it was. And Tenari actually up to Meepo. What is up here? What's happened there? Meepo's lost a lot of time.
As he got no visible damage on the car, but yeah, Tenari right on the back of him here, so no brakes for Meepo today. There's been constant pressure all the way.
Yeah, it's his... Oh, May 2 actually tags him at the back there, and to Raskas, so gloves are definitely off between these boys. Yeah, but I wonder if Meepo's picked up another bit of damage, because he's quite slow right now. Definitely looks like it.
Yeah, but he has full ERS, funny enough. I didn't notice that before, but he's 100% ERS. So he's, I think he's feeling confident he can hold his position from Tenari, but we'll see. Because in the 2S race, of course, Meepo got overtaken by McKender at this exact spot on the track. So it is possible.
Yeah, you just have to send it, right? I think that's like the only way you could really overtake here. Unless the guy ahead of you makes a mistake, but yeah. And the front three, basically within 1 second of each other.
Ooh, Tenari gets a penalty. There, so that dashes his hopes of getting P7 right now as it stands. Unless someone ahead makes a mistake of some kind.
I think Tenari is still gonna be happy with a P8 if he can manage that, because it's been sort of a tricky season for him as well, and I'm glad to see that guy do well.
Yeah.
Sort of in a similar boat to me, like really struggled throughout the last season and also this season. P8 in Monaco, I think he should be happy with that. Still 3 laps to go though, 4 laps to go, whatever it is.
Yep, anything can happen, and as I say, the focus does tend to go at these latter stages of the Grand Prix. Up front, Marcel 1.1 away from Romain, so yeah, I imagine Romain has got this race all sewn up, but a couple of laps left on the track counter.
McKender almost within that 3 seconds as well, so that's Red Bull boys might change. But McKender might end up ahead of Rookie, that's what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, 1 second is all he needs to get back. Arid is already done to 0.8, so I imagine he will get that done before the end of this race. Just not racer, down to 20% ERS, he's in P3. And I think at this point, I wonder if he's just happy enough just to bring it home and not challenge for P. Oh, and there is a move there. Is it Tenari? Oh, it's Meepo in the pits. So it's...
I think he wants that fastest lap or something. But yeah, also one thing behind those guys, Janap is all over boosted mess now.
Oh, yeah, we'll ride on board with Janab, see if he can get this move done. Boosted probably not going to fight this too much. No, and the oh. And he's going to fight it here into back corner, so too wide for to back corner. You don't see that every day. Swimming pool section as well, side by side, but boosted mess, not backing out, and
don't collide, guys.
Janab sending it up the inside, and we've seen that before in the real F1 as well. I think Leclerc tried it and didn't work out too well for him, but Janab today makes that move stick. and just kind of elbows out there, got his way through, and that's kind of how you have to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, he's through now, and sort of, let's see, Gadezi also into the pit, so he's gonna also try to go for that fastest lap, I think.
Yeah, so we've got battle for the fastest lap. I wonder, like, Maple's gonna, he loses out by pitting for this fastest lap. Fastest lap will get you 1 point, but he would have been P7 otherwise.
Yeah, he also had front wing damage, I think he did, and he's, like, for trouble for Meepo is that he's in this leading pack now, like, right in the middle of it.
Oh yeah, so that's going to scupper any chance of fastest lap, although he is ghosted, so...
Gets DRS.
Yeah, and he's... it's not the greatest whenever you've got a ghosted car driving through the braking point of turn 1, but Meepo deciding he wants to go for this fast lap, and he's going to use a lot of this ERS. I wonder, at Desi as well, 100% ERS, so... I think Meepo and Desi, this is a race in itself, race for the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, Mackinder has caught up to Rookie and is within a 3-second window, so Mackinder basically up to P4 already, and it is actually the final lap of the race already as well, so that's how fast this has gone.
So Meepo essentially unlapping himself, and you can see Romain there on these 26 lap old hards, has done everything today perfectly. He took the lead at the start of the race, I believe, if I remember correctly, and has pretty much led the whole way from that point onwards. Looked like he was going to get a challenge from Mackinder, but Mackinder made that one mistake and it cost him dearly. Romain, all he has to do is bring around one last corner and line her up. Oh, bit of a twitch on there, but yeah, not going to catch him out today. He crosses the line in P1, so his first win in SLR Tier 1. Romain puts it on the board, full points for him today. And Marcel P2, Justin our racer P3. Mackinder does indeed get that P4 spot. Rookie drops down to P5. We've yet to see. I didn't see a fast lap pop up for Meepo.
He didn't quite get it, so Mackinder actually still holding on to that. Let's see, Desi I think is gonna get it though, because he was like lightning fast into Sector 1 and into Sector 2 now. And yeah, I think this is gonna go to Desi.
Yeah, just make his way for these final two corners. Let's go on board with him for that. Close to the barrier as ever. And crosses the start finish line. Let's see if he goes purple. He slows down on the line. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to take it from Mackinder or something, so I think that's some sort of team play there, even though they're not teammates. Anyway.
That Finnish blood, man, it runs thick. These boys.
Yeah, Meepo, the final car across the line, finishes in P8. So everybody who finished got some points today.
Yeah, I think everybody's happy enough, apart from those guys at DNF, especially Copy.
And boosted P10.
Yeah, P10, and yeah, we're talking about driver of the day. Are we gonna give it the boosted?
I mean, I think we can give it the boosted. I think that's fair enough. Like there's of course like some of the new guys like Romain, I think picking up his maiden win in Tier 1, but I think for this one I think we're just gonna give it the boosted. Driving in Corona didn't really sort of maybe have the pace for points today, but he did have the longevity anyway, and I think we're gonna give it the boosted P10 for him, and I think at least first points of this year, but I'm not sure when he scored points in Tier 1 last time, if ever. So,
yeah,
happy to give it to him.
I think it is his first points in Tier 1. So let's just have a final look at the finishing order. Romain P1. Mackinder did hold on to that fastest lap in P4. So Marcel P2, Justin our racer. Another great podium from him today, P3. Just kind of kept it tidy. Was very patient. Didn't try to force anything and risk his position. So great race from him. Rookie, great debut performance. P5 from him. And Desi, Tanari, Meepo making up the P6, 7 and 8 spots. Shinab bringing it home in P9, which is pretty good considering he had 4 stops in that race and boosted mess with COVID. Brings it home with P10 and gets 1 point for his efforts. So good job to all those drivers.
Yeah, everybody who finished today drove well. Tricky conditions. We had the rain at the start. Then it dried up. McKender managed to overcut some people, but unfortunately for him, made that one crucial mistake to cost him the podium position today. But managed to drive back up to P4, which is good, I guess.
Indeed. And are we going to get any interviews today? I know the Tier 1 guys can be a wee bit shy, but we've got...
I mean, I just want to at least get like one word out of Boosted.
Yeah, let me see. I don't want to...
Yeah, let's... I don't want to bully him or anything, but I think
Yeah.
it would be like, just give him some... whatever he wants to say. Cough into the microphone if he's happy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to happen. Let's see.
We'll try.
The other guy in the interview channel there that I see is Fedivara, so let's have a look and see if he will...
Actually, not in the interview channel, but yeah, I guess close
Yeah,
enough.
we can bring him in for... Oh, Boosted has agreed. Boosted has agreed. Let's bring him. So, let's get the slow clap on the go for Boosted Mess. Driver of the day, P10, bro. We know you're not feeling it today. You're quite ill. But you brought it home. Like I did kind of say to you before, you know, points are on the table today, and you did it. No penalties as well. So just tell us how your race went from the start.
Yeah, it was all right. As you say, I've been I've been really rough all day. You can probably hear it. It's so bad. But yeah, all week I've just kind of been not doing very much. I've either been in my bed or lying on the couch. So I've done no practice. Had very little time to scrabble together a setup or that. So I was always going to be miles off. I mean, I'm miles off in Tier 1 anyway, but even more so. I mean, I think I was 5 seconds off the pace today. But yeah, I just thought I'd just bottom feed today and just keep it clean, and did my best not to. So I'm really happy with myself. Didn't get any, not even any warnings, I don't think, today. So that was really, really good. And just decided I was just going to keep it clean, try and stay out of everyone else's way, and see what happens. And yeah, points, can't complain.
Good job, yeah.
You did have like a little bit of a fight with Jen up there at the end for that P9, which was not too far for you actually. So yeah, can you tell us about that?
I figured at the very end there when he was catching, I mean, Futuristic was keeping me up to date with what's going on behind me and letting me know where he was in relation to me. And when I started seeing him on the mirror, I was like, okay, we've got like 2-3 laps or so left to go. So I figured I may as well try and fight it a little bit, because up until that point, I've kind of just been letting people by. I mean, at the end of the day, Tier 1 pace-wise isn't really my tier. I'm just here for the clean fighting and the practice experience, I guess. But yeah, I figured I'd try and put up some kind of a defense when he caught up, but at the same time, I didn't want to take myself out and make a mess of it, my race and his as well. So I tried to keep it as clean as possible. But I mean, he was 2 seconds lap quicker than me and on mediums as well. So realistically, there wasn't a lot I could do, but it was fun anyway. I really enjoy driving in this tier, even if I'm however many seconds a lap down. It's good fun just to get the clean fights and just kind of learn from the best, I guess. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and
Right.
we saw the wet start to the race. Did that kind of suit you, or were you like happy enough with the wet, or were you going, no, not the wet stuff? Come on, bro.
Honestly, a full wet Monaco really doesn't put me off for exactly the reasons that you saw today. Like, Monaco's a favorite track of mine, and wet conditions really don't fuss me that much. I prefer to drive in the dry, where I know I can go flat out, but I know that in the wet, not many people prepare for it, and a lot of people sort of hate it, and they instantly have this sort of psychological, I guess, distaste. As soon as they see it's wet, immediately they think, oh God, it's wet. This is going to be a horrible race. So immediately they're in a bad mindset, and that's when you get the spins and the crashes, and slow boys like me just get to benefit off of things like that. So I really don't have a problem with it being wet at all.
Yeah, good job, man. And it's tough in Tier 1, but like I say, there are these races where it's like a race of attrition. So just keeping it on track and being consistent, and it looked like you pulled it off today. And under these circumstances as well, you've got an illness, and Yeah, I was saying on the stream, like you know, you usually when you drive Monaco, you get pretty sweaty to begin with, but if you've got some serious illness, yeah, I'm sure it was cooking up in your cockpit today.
Yeah, sweating so bad. I'm so hot. I'm gonna have to go for a shower and a lie down now.
Yeah, well, you're in the bro.
COVID's not fun, boys. It's not fun.
Well, that's dedication for
Yeah,
you, man.
wish
Dedication.
we wish you a speedy recovery.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, take it easy, man. Driver day P10. That was boosted mess. The man, the myth, and the leg end, as they say. And we do have a bunch of guys in interview booth. We've got Meepo and Tanari, so I'll bring them in
Yep.
together.
Let's
or-
yeah, I think we can do that. They're mates. So.
Aha. Kato Tunari.
Yes. See, it's the legendary Finnish boy band duo. Well, okay, maybe not quite that, but
Hey.
anyway, Meepo and Tunari. Yeah, I guess I'll start with Meepo. Sort of mixed race for you. You had pretty good pace in quali, I thought, and then sort of damage a couple of times in the race. Just tell us about it, I guess.
Nothing to tell really about it except I got damaged and I was just trying to get hold back Kiko and his spawn or something. Then I saw Tunari was like less than 10 seconds. I decided to slow down because I was bored. So we could have hard racing and pit for the softs, and he decided to not pit for the softs, and I feel betrayed.
Okay. So
Brian,
Tunari, what's your comment to this?
Brian Strat, Tanari, I love it.
Yeah, so basically he was suggesting that we pit to softs for the fast lap. I had 6 seconds and he had 3, so I already knew that like if I pit with him, I won't get the position. So I trolled him, obviously.
That's brilliant.
Okay.
I love it.
You have betrayed me, man.
Betrayal.
Yeah,
I will take you out in tier 1 and tier 2
it was
next
kind of
week.
funny, I'm not gonna lie.
Trail in Finnish high school.
Oh dear. Oh, well, you guys aren't teammates, so anything can go, I guess.
We are teammates, exactly.
No.
No,
Tier
but
one tax.
Okay.
Well, yeah, Meepo, I kind of, like said in stream, you had 9 lives today. I don't know why I said that, but it looked like you had a few incidents throughout the race. So
What do you mean?
I don't know. It looked like you hit the wall a few times, but you got away with it most of the times. But obviously not if you had to pit for a front wing at the end there.
Mostly, I only had one tap that cost me wing damage. Most were like so small that I don't think it counted as a contact. But yeah, and I got hit in the back like 20 times during the race, and that was not fun.
Yeah, you know who wasn't very happy about that was your dad in chat. He was like screaming from the sidelines, "Not my boy!" No, he was just saying.
Yeah.
He said you got hit 4 times by WoW, which we did see on stream. Yeah, so it didn't look like it was good from your point of view, but you were just trying to keep it together out there and maintain the lead of that pack.
Exactly. Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, and Tanari, yeah, as well. I saw you say in the chat there that you've more points in one race than what you did in the whole of last season. So that must feel good, or does that feel?
Yeah, it's decent. I mean, all I had to do was keep it on the track, so you know.
Yeah. We're seeing flashes of pace from you in these tier 1 races. I think it's just getting that consistency under control.
Is that so? I mean, I bottled the quali, yes, but and then in the race, well, yeah, I was catching Kiko like slightly, but I don't know what's going on with him anyway. He was getting blocked by Meepo, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like it's still I would still sort of try to take the positives as you from this race and carry that momentum to Zandvoort, which I know you like. So yeah.
It's the best track in the game, so has to be fun.
Tunari win. Tunari is going to win it.
Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tunari, if you win Zandvoort, I will promise I will win Baku. Okay? Do you understand?
I mean, you will win Sandvolt and Baku anyway.
Oh, you wish. Oh, you wish.
Tenari, just tell him on the last lap, just go, look, will we pit for, we'll go for fastest lap. And then
Yeah.
easy win.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it will be worth it last.
Yeah, man. Well, good job for both of you guys. Got points today. Not
Beast.
not the easiest race, but you did what you had to, and points for both of you. So thanks for joining us in the commentators booth anyway, and we'll catch you next week at Zandvoort.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you.
See you.
Yoink. Okay, and then oh flip. I just went into the interview.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, so Justin, our racer, joining us in the commentators booth. How are you today, man? It looked like another. It looked like a repeat of last week, where you were kind of like tagging along there in that DRS train. Looked like you had a shot of getting a win today, but obviously Monaco very difficult to overtake. So just tell us what your thought process is throughout that race, and are you happy enough with that P3 finish then?
Well, like you said, Monaco isn't really a great place for overtaking. So I knew as soon as that transition to wet to dry happened, and we saw that McKender was in between Marcel and Romain, it was going to be very difficult to do anything. And especially after him getting that crash, it was very much just stay alive. And it also didn't help that I was wearing a wool Christmas jumper, so I was very sweaty. I thought it was going to be a lot less tiring than that, but I was wrong.
Yeah, I learned that as well. Do not wear like a heavy jumper or fleece if you're doing a league race. You'll end up saturated at the end. Yeah, where did you finish in qualifying? Was P3 or P4 for you?
Yeah, P3, I think.
Yeah, so a solid lap there. Yeah, good quality pace, and then the race as well. Good pace for you. You were pretty much nose to tail of who was it ahead of you?
80.
Oh, was it not Marcel?
Marcel.
Yeah,
Yeah, Marcel.
Yeah, just talk us about that. Like, I mean, like, how do you stay so close to someone for that long and not make a mistake?
Try and first off, I just did my own lines. Like in the wet, obviously everyone's learning, and like you saw with the fastest laps, literally every single lap was a different fastest lap, which was really cool to see. Sometimes it'll be the leader that'll be quicker, sometimes it'll be me, sometimes it'll be the guy behind me. So at that point, it was really just finding the limit, and then once it became dry, just trying to learn and see where Marcel was quicker, where he was slower. But again, with the tire dropping off towards the end, it was very much just survival for the entire thing.
Yeah, and P3, so a good haul of points. You're currently P7 in the championship, but there's a bunch of guys did not score very many points today, or any at all, like copy P4. So looks like you're actually going to move up to P4, jump a bunch of guys, and yeah, you're kind of close to Danico, who's not here today. So he's on 50 points, and I think what's P3's 15 points, so. You're gonna be...
I think Danny is still gonna be in the lead.
Yeah.
Nico crashed out. McKender was, what was he, fourth?
Yeah.
With the fastest lap, but it's not enough to overtake Danny.
Yeah. So Danny, Justin, you're gonna be 39 points, 11 points behind the leader of Tier 1 Championship. I don't think we're at the halfway point either. So there's plenty of time left in this one. We've got Zandvoort next week. So what do you reckon? Think you can take that one?
To win that. I want to win that so bad because yesterday in PSGL I got taken out of the lead twice and I was pretty mad about that. So my revenge arc coming next week, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah, so we look forward to that. Zandvoort next week. Thanks for joining us in the commentators booth. Appreciate your time, and congrats again on another podium.
Thank you.
And that's us, Ice. We are finished here at Monaco. Yep. But we've got Monaco on Sunday in the Nana Tier, the no assist, no aliens. So
you still have the enjoyment of that. So.
I know everybody else is like, I've got Monaco behind me now, but I've got it ahead, and yeah, the pressure's on. But it should be a good one, Nana. It'll be an interesting one. Lots of rookie noobs and old guys with no assists. So what could possibly go wrong there?
It'll be a good race.
Yeah, it should be good. So join us for that one. It's on Sunday at 1900 CET on this channel. And if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. Iceland, it's been a pleasure once again doing commentary with you. And
it's been too long, man. So I think we'll try to do this again.
Yeah, and
hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah, we'll get another. Hopefully, the Monaco's out of the way, so we'll hopefully get a
normal race.
Yeah, a normal race. Although I do love Monaco, it's just a different type of race, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
True. So anyway, that's us for tonight, guys. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you on Sunday. Bye bye.
Bye bye.